Alright guys, welcome back to another Master and Apprentice video and podcast. Today we've got some cool news to go over. I think I don't know if necessarily it's a confirmation, but it's the next closest thing for me personally. For a while now, we've known Sadie Sink is going to be part of Spider-Man Brand New Day. We've all speculated, we've heard a lot of denials, but we've heard a lot of speculation about Jean Grey, right? A lot of, I don't want to say trustworthy sources, but the best sources you can get in the game have kind of leaned towards this character being Jean Grey. We've heard some other things, but we finally get a kind of a sneak peek at some of the promotion, like toys and stuff. And after we'll have it pulled on screen here in a second. But we get this little plushy thing almost. Like has a little bag clip on it, and it's reportedly Jean Grey's character. It obviously looks like it has the red hair, has the yellow jacket, the green pants, which we see in the trailer. We just don't see the face in the trailer. We see everything but that. And on the character, we have like these pink, I don't want to say fiery, but like, I don't even know. It kind of reminds like the Psy energy that Psylocke has. That's kind of what it reminded me of. But she has it coming off of her head, off of her side of her head, and her hands. And I think the first thing people kind of, will look at is that either fire or like, not psychotic, but what I'm looking for, like Psy energy, right? Jean Grey is not necessarily a character that uses a lot. What's that?
I was thinking psychic energy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think psychic maybe. She's a character who's telepathic, right? She doesn't use a lot of like physical abilities. A lot of her stuff's within mind, which within this comic storytelling medium is easy to portray because you just go into the character's mind. But in an actual movie or TV show, you have to do some sort of physical explanation of like what the character's doing. So a lot of time they'll use like Athen said this, what did you say?
Psychic abilities?
Yeah, like psychic abilities, like these purple entrails, like kind of like puffy mist, right? That's kind of like the best way to explain it, so you're not completely confused, right? It doesn't look like Anakin versus Obi-Wan where they're just pushing the Force at each other, nothing's actually happening. So that's kind of what this would look like, and it doesn't necessarily confirm, but like this pink flame-like power is kind of seen in comics. It is seen in comics with Jean Grey multiple times. So it doesn't necessarily confirm this is Jean Grey, but it gives a pretty good indication of like what her powers might look like in the actual movie and show, or not show, but just the movie. And it kind of rules out some other things. Some characters thought she might be, I forget the character's name, but it's like a female version of Punisher. It's like one of the characters Punisher, I guess, protects, captures, rescues, and she's, this like maniac with a gun. I forget the character's exact name, but some people had thought, oh, maybe that's her because she's got like these military boots, these green pants. It's definitely not anything like that, right? So I think some people said Typhoid Mary, which is like a villain, maybe like an anti-hero, but mostly a villain. This doesn't necessarily rule that out, but I think this is pretty close to ruling it out. So I think the best thing we could give is probably Jean Grey, but I would like to hear some other people's speculation down in the comments what you guys think. Anything you want to include, Afton?
Nothing insane. I mean, I can't see how this is anything but Jean Grey, but I mean, I've definitely been wrong with things like this in the past, so it'd be cool to be proven wrong and it's some other left field character that we weren't expecting.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people say Jean Grey. We've seen people obviously denying it's Jean Grey, but like the overall, consensus is this is Jean Grey, and like a picture of this put up to some comic panels, it's pretty appalling. It's like, yeah, that's probably Jean Grey. It doesn't necessarily confirm it, but I think it's the next best thing without a hard confirmation. So all that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, what you guys think, your speculation. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.